All right, here at MLG Arena Day 1 with Hwanni. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Well, hi, I'm Hwanni, and I'm the team manager for StarCraft 2 team in Korea for Fnatic, and I do translations for MLG.
And you have quite the history in StarCraft. What did you do before StarCraft 2? Because I know you did some work.
Yeah, I was a team manager for a team called Istro, and I was managing the team. Especially it started off with a Counter-Strike team manager, then it went up to Special Force and StarCraft 1.
And you have experience because Istro was one of the first teams to have international players play on the team. So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. I actually met Artosis and when I was working for Istro, and we were trying to get foreign players into the Korean scene since the Brood War. For Brood War, it was a Korean Pro League, and OSL was the major for entire world, right? So what we were planning to do was that we were trying to find very talented foreign players and bring them to Korea and let them actually fight for their way to the Pro League, doing all the courage matches and also participating in all the dream leagues such as B-teamer leagues, and also trying to put them in a Pro League so more like overseas fans could actually coordinate more with the Korean Pro Leagues and OSL stuff. That was our goal. So that's why we were bringing a lot of foreigners, you know.
And which ones?
Oh, the first one we got was Idra, who's in EG right now. Met him when he was 18, and
He's different now.
yeah, he's different, a lot different.
What was he like back then?
Oh, he was very cute. He was very shy. He wasn't very social. He was very quiet. Just a little young, talented Terran player who just sits down and
He was wide-eyed, still happy.
well, he wasn't happy at all. You know, he was like very stiff, and it was hard for me to actually get friendly with him because he didn't talk much. You know, he had to.
Well, he still doesn't talk that much.
Yeah, true. Anyway, but he's actually gotten really better. You know, I'm happy for him since he's more social.
Yeah, he's got a huge number of fans now.
Yeah, he does. I knew he would succeed. You know, and the second player that I got was Liquid Tyler. We did some kind of a qualification. It was the winner gets to have a ticket to Korea and gets to play in the Easter team house and practice there. And Tyler was the one. Tyler beat Cloud from who's an Italian player. They met him in the final, and Tyler at that time, AK Noni.
Noni,
yeah,
right,
Noni.
yeah.
Noni actually beat Cloud 3-2. And then he made himself to the Korean teams by himself, and he went to the final. It's a first courage match we can try out, and also he was a complexity killer. He was helping a lot with building and stuff like that.
Sangho, Complexity Killer, used to be on Istro too. So yeah.
So I mean, a lot of StarCraft 2 players are from Istro. I mean, as far as everybody knows, Fruit Dealer and Puma. And Sangho, who is a killer, and also Bomber, all from Istro. So I'm happy for them. And the third player that I got was a Liquid Red, and it was very good too. I mean, he was a very talented Zerg player. So
And they all play StarCraft 2 now.
yeah, and they're all good.
And they all have fans, yeah.
A lot of fans.
So do you, in Brood War, it was basically almost impossible for an international player to get even a TV match. Is very hard. Do you see it moving in that same way for StarCraft 2? Do you think in a year there's going to be very few foreigners able to win tournaments?
Well, we'll have to see about that. You know, I mean, it depends. I mean, we still see a lot of talented foreign players like Huck and Red, and we see a lot of foreign players doing really well. But still, I do not know why, but sometimes foreigners, when they get really good at it, I don't know exactly. I don't see them like keep winning tournaments over and over.
They lose the
again.
hunger.
Maybe, but it's probably the same thing with the Koreans too. But it depends. I mean, it depends on the players. So I can't really say anything about it.
So you were very familiar with the Brood War scene and how the teams practice and how professional they were. Do you think that StarCraft 2, how close do you think we are to a system like that?
Pretty much same, I'll say. Same system. I mean, all the boys, all the Korean players most of them are from StarCraft 1 scene, Brood War scene. Like MC used to be in NBC Hero, also MKP was in that team too. So everybody it's in their body, how to practice and stuff like that. So they practice like 8 to 12 hours a day, It's in their body, so I would say it's pretty much the same, It's just a different environment since the Brood War team has much bigger corporations sponsoring them, helping them with a lot of better food and more money invested, those kind of things. But mostly practice schedules and all the system, I would say it's pretty much the same.
Do you think that Brood War skill translates to StarCraft 2 skill?
Yes, I do.
So do you think that the players that are currently going to be playing the Pro League half-half and like the Brood War players that are number one right now, they're going to, if they switch to StarCraft 2 or play that too, do you think they're going to be among the best?
Oh, I think it will depend. Really, I mean, depend on how much they can practice, how much they can adjust to the StarCraft 2 system. But I would say if they use their talent and their skill-wise and everything, really well, then I would say it will just take 3 to 5 months to catch up. Maybe 3 months or maybe 5 months. It depends on the players, how much talented they're.
Well, I hope they stay the same race. Because I hear Fantasy is playing Zerg.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I hope don't do it. Stay Terran. Yeah. So now that you manage a League of Legends team too, right?
Well, I'm not an actual manager, but since they're in Korea, they're actually playing in OGN, and they just made through with among the hardest group. So, I mean, I'm trying to help them, but I don't follow League of Legends that much, so I'm kind of sorry for them and can't do anything more than just buying them nice food or treating them. That's all I can do for them.
How do you think like KESPA and OGN and those organizations that traditionally have been completely Korean, how do you think they're going to receive, all this foreign attention now on StarCraft 2? Do you think they're looking at that and saying like we really need to appeal, internationally, or do you think they'd be just happy with having a big presence in Korea?
They really want to branch out into internationally. I mean, they know they've been looking all the scenes in Europe and also in States, such as like MLGs and in States and also in Europe, you got this ESL, big IEM, tournaments ongoing. They've been looking at it and they know there's so much potential in foreign esports. Basically, it's been growing a lot, and we see a lot of fans out there, and they've been looking at it, and they know that they have to branch out no matter what. They can't just stay in Korea forever.
So I'm going to ask you a few more questions about the Brood War players since you see them firsthand. What separates a top tier best player from just a player that's like can sometimes win, sometimes not? Like what would you say would be the quality that separates them?
Quality for Brood War?
For either game.
Either game, I say talent.
Really?
I mean, even the players say that. I mean, although you practice like 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, if talented players such as like Jedong, Stork, or Fantasy, or Flash, you can never actually beat them. That's what they say. All the players say that, Talent plus hardworking, how can you beat that, Same thing with everything, How can you beat Genius if he practices like 16 hours? There's no chance. I would say talent.
And do you think that there's a chance that they might lose, like that drive or passion since they've been playing Brood War for so long, probably like since they were 15, 14 years old. Now it's a whole new game and they have to do it all over again. I mean, it's a very similar game, but it's kind of like, you think there's a chance of them burning out?
Possible, because I know that some of the top players has been saying the StarCraft 2 is kind of like not real StarCraft. They've been actually saying that because they can't adjust to the system. I mean, all the groupings and stuff like that. I mean, they don't think it's actually working well, And if you look at it, if you look at the Brood War, I mean, if you play Brood War, it's really hard. I mean, I've been playing Brood War since I was like 21, which is like 10 years ago or something like that. But Brood War is a really hard game, and they've been doing that for so long. They can't, they don't know how to do it, But some players really like StarCraft 2. That's why they're switching and they're playing both,
Like 4GG, he switched.
Yeah, he switched.
And Hyun.
Yeah, Hyun.
It seems like what we want to see, what Team Liquid wants to see, is Jaedong, Flash, or Bisu at one of the international events. That's what the end goal for it. You think there's a chance of that happening?
Yes, I would say definitely.
Oh, that would be great. I can't wait for that.
I like Jaedong so much. I know him for a long time. So
what do you like about him?
Hardworking. I mean, you know how many people live in a team house, right? Usually it's like 15 to 20 people live in the house. I mean, Jaedong, he's one of the greatest player ever, right? And I see him cleaning the dishes and everything. I asked him, Jaedong, why do you clean the dishes? And it's my turn. He doesn't care. He does all the chores and everything. He's, such a good-minded, I respect that, Although you're a top player, you are very modest and you think of your team more than anyone else. So I have Stay Zerg, yeah. That's why I can't play any other race except Zerg. That's why I only play Zergs only.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time with us, and hopefully I'll get to interview you again. Maybe if Fnatic does well in GSTL.
Yeah, sure, we'll do well. Trust me.
Okay.
We got good potential, and
Alive, he's very good.
Alive,
is he your ace?
Yes, he's our ace and most confident, and I love him. He's really good. He's improving a lot, and I have a big faith on it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.